Hello, this is One Black British Woman's Voice, and today I want to touch on the subject of hair. But before I touch on the subject of hair, I'm very mindful that my hair is actually growing out and it's looking ever so picky. I think it's time to get a refreshing shave and a trim. Anyway, the subject of hair. I am sick to death of sections of the black community using social media as a platform to shout at anyone that ordains to wear weaves. If I want to wear a weave so long that it looks like a fucking wedding bell, I'll do it. If I want to wear a wig that's curly with blonde tips, I'll do it. I'll do anything that I want to do with my hair. Please do not make the mistake of me changing my hair or doing things what I want to with my hair. Or please don't make the mistake that black women do certain things to their hair just to appease, well, let me stop. This would be my moment where I realize having fancy editing equipment would be really helpful. Right, I understand that there are a percentage of women out there that probably wear certain hairstyles because they feel as if they'll blend in. However, if you make the mistake of believing that these black women walk into a room with white people and instantaneously believe that they've become white themselves, then you are sadly mistaken. You are misguided also in the notion that telling black women what to do with their hair is somehow creating a positive situation. It is not. It is demeaning, it is loud, it is preaching, and it's belittling, and it's also controlling. I usually find that the same black men and women that have something to say about weaves are usually the same black women who in an ideal society would probably have you wearing long skirts and shades and a large hat to cover your damn alluring figure type thing. Anyway, I'm sick of it. I read a tweet on Twitter, go figure, a tweet on Twitter where someone put up a post saying something along the lines of, I long for the day when black women will stop purchasing other women's hair. Well, I tell you what, if you need this so bad, why don't you climb on the plane and go find yourself some woman that doesn't? I assure you, however, that even in the smallest little African village, there'll be a woman doing something to her hair that you probably won't like. Whether it's putting red ochre in it to elongate her braids, or whether it's to shave patches in it. Black women from time immemorial have been doing exactly what the fuck they want with their hair, and they're not about to change just because we live in a society that's entrenched in racism. Yes, in racism. Therefore, yes, I understand the colonial implications of having weaves. I understand that it can be reflective of a certain mindset that is not appealing to you. However, that mindset is still none of your business, because essentially before my hair I'm black. I could cover my hair with a multitude of wraps and I'd still be black. So I think you'll find that whether I have long black weave, whether it's silky or shiny, whether it was taken from the head of a small Asian child or a very big Peruvian woman, I will still be enemy number one within the racist mind. Yes, many years ago I had a job where I wore a head wrap and I lost that job. However, that job was a temp job and it was a receptionist for a banking company in central London, and it was no biggie. I simply acquired a new job. So I know the fallout in terms of embracing your hair or embracing your sartorial expressions. I know the fallout that can come with doing that. However, do exactly what you want with your hair. We are still black. There is still a struggle. Argument done. Please do not use your resources, do not use your energy and your words to dictate to women or to any woman that cares to even look up and listen. Please do not use your energy to tell them how bad it is that they're wearing someone else's hair. Even white women wear other people's hair. Up until 200 years ago, they were wearing 6-foot white wigs coated in fucking flour. Please let it go. We are women. We express ourselves in any sartorial sense that we want to, through our hair, through our clothes, through our earrings, through our sunglasses. Let's leave that argument behind. It doesn't detract from our struggle, which is still very much in front of us. We have a long road ahead of us before we can achieve even a microcosm of the equality that is afforded or that has been kept within white racist hands. It defies belief when I see a black man or a black woman have something to say about what another woman does with their hair. God, how very handmaiden tale of you. And yes, I will use the handmaiden tale as an example. Whether or not you find that example far-fetched is of no consequence to me, because it's my analogy. It is very handmaiden's tale about you. What do you get from preaching? What do you get from condemning or demeaning women that wear weaves? What did you get from that dialogue? I would say, at a guess, white noise and resentment. Let a woman express herself how she wants. whether it's shaved, whether it's long, whether it's fake, whether it's real, whether it's in twists. Another issue that jars to the root of my soul. There is a beautiful, cute little video of a young black girl, and her hair is array. It's just an array. It hasn't been combed. It hasn't been anything. She's got up clearly first thing in the morning, had her breakfast, and is wanting to go to school. And she's very angry with her mother because her mother hasn't combed her hair and tied it up or do whatever she wants. And so there is a discourse between the child and her mother where the child says to her mother, "Could you just do my hair? Could you comb my hair?" And the mother jokes along with the daughter, because the daughter, who's something like 5-6 years old, is really a child in a very adult sense. And she responds in a very adult way. Well, that's what I mean. And at the end of the video, the mother says to her, "Well, what do you want me to do to your hair?" And the child says, "Twists!" It's a brilliant video. Little tiny child. She's like, "Twists!" And that's the end of the video, and it lit up BuzzFeed and it lit up Twitter. But God save me from those black girls that came on and tweeted, "Oh, I think it's awful that she didn't feel comfortable in her hair," somehow missing the point of this video in its entirety. The little girl was not embarrassed of the natural texture of her hair. She was embarrassed because her hair was all round and ballooned out and in disarray. It hadn't been touched, combed or anything from the moment that she'd woken up. Why? Because the mother had been making breakfast and preparing her child for school. But that was the core of the situation. The issue within this funny clip was never that this little girl was embarrassed about the texture of her hair. How these black women managed to glean that message from that one clip is beyond words. But unfortunately, what should have been a string of comments which were laughing and joking and, laughing, joking and nudging people about how wonderful, articulate and sensible this child was, what you found was a string of comments from disgruntled black women talking about how awful it is that she didn't like her natural hair. What point did this child say this? The child actually says at the end of this clip, "I want twists." She didn't ask mum for a deep relaxer. She didn't ask mum to whip out 5 wefts and glue them on the back quick, smart, "I've got nursery, mum." She didn't say those. And so I often find that these empty conversations about absolutely nothing when it comes to hair are fatuous. They are ridiculous. They are absolutely pointless. Do I have any more points to make about hair? Well, just to reiterate, black women, do what the hell you want with your hair. Black men and women that have a problem with what black women do with their hair, focus on some other issue. We have bigger fish to fry. I'm one black woman. I am one black British woman's voice, and I'm out.